Holy shit.
Well, that was unexpected. Welcome to today's show, everybody. Welcome to After Hours episode 4. I know it's been a very troubling week for a lot of people. A lot of things have been happening in the news, but I feel like we do need to continue on. There are some things that I'll be covering. There's some things that I'll cover in the next episode. But until then, relax, sit back, chill, and enjoy the videos that I've got selected for today. Please remember to leave a like, drop a sub if you want to see more like this, and let's jump into the video.
That's scary. Hey, slow down.
See, I don't know anything about rockets landing. I used to play a game called Kerbal. I don't know if anyone knows about that. It's an old app where everything's very accurate in terms of launching a rocket into space. But that is insane. The fact that it came down so accurately and landed in the same like landing spot. That's insane to me. I don't think it's AI. I think that's real still.
Y'all see the trailer for the movie Run that's finna be coming out soon? Just looking at it, I feel like they're preparing us for something, y'all. Y'all take a look at this commercial and y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think. This shit crazy. Look, y'all. Now, with all the stuff that's been happening this year, and the talks of aliens coming to this earth, they drop a movie like that. I'm telling y'all, it be right in your face. They gotta let you know before it happens. I think. It's so crazy. Look, y'all. Now, with all the stuff that's been happening this year, and the talks of aliens coming to this earth, they drop a movie like that. I'm telling y'all, it be right in your face. They got.
Yo, think about it, yeah. There's a few things you have to think about. Number one, Fugees, I don't think gave them the rights to use their song, so they've had to use someone else and not say the whole sentence. So it's just ready or not, here I come, and that's it. Which I don't think they can copyright that. So I feel like Fugees said no for one. Secondly, the law that he's talking about where they have to say the truth is called the universal law. There's also another word for it as well. Can't remember what it is, but the fact that movies take years to come into fruition. I mean, you got the idea, you got the pitch, you got the script, you got to make sure that the script is written accurately and it's proofread. Then you got acting, location, budget. It takes years for a film to be created. So the fact that it's released now around the same time is absolutely insane. But you have to kind of put the two and two together.
To let you know before it happens. I'm not saying this is proof that it's gonna happen. I'm just saying, y'all don't find this shit weird. Now, in that movie, the aliens are tall as fuck, but it's not how the people describe saying they look like African Americans. But y'all, you just gotta put two and two together, bro. If these aliens are supposedly supposed to be here by November, y'all do the math.
You know, it's really crazy that we've been led down this path, because all the signs are obvious, they're blatantly obvious, but it's whether or not we choose to accept it or not. Most of the time, because now AI is out, people would suspect that something is fake, or more things could be fake. So the amount of truth that are mixed in with the lies is immense. Discernment. Yo, this dude is insane.
Hello, everybody. I'm locked in a firmament and I'm stuck in a simulation.
Name and address, please.
Oh yeah, my name. I'm from the Paroma. That's like in the heavens. It's like the same as heaven, but it's different. And I come to talk about Trump because I love Trump, and y'all disrespect Trump, and y'all don't know that y'all devils, and y'all come from the devils. Y'all fell from heaven. And y'all don't know that Trump is good. He black stuck in another body because the world is simulation and everything is reincarnated. Oh, sorry. Everything is reincarnated. And I got some papers I need y'all to sign because I'm trying to let everybody know that Michelle Obama is a man. Her name is Michael. And don't nobody know. But this right here, if y'all go to sign this, we can kind of like get a gender review. Because she's a man.
Yo, my man is he's unhinged. I'm telling you, he's wild. Listen, all I'm gonna say to you is, yeah, a lot of people, oh, but he's telling the truth, he's spitting facts. Hey, listen, you don't know whether or not that's facts. It just makes sense. There's people out there that are easily agreeable, especially ones that pop out of nowhere with notoriety. Why are they there? Why did he get that? All of a sudden, this geezer start talking some madness. Pull back the stuff from before when he was talking that madness. I want to see that because I can't find that nowhere.
This biker had no idea he was following an unmarked police car until his worst nightmare became reality.
Nah, there's no way that's a car, bro. Whoa, what are you doing, bro? Oh, maybe it is. Shit. Why he brake checked me?
Out of nowhere, the cop slammed the brakes so hard the biker had no chance and crashed straight into him. But what the cop said next was just insane.
Stop tailgating me! Your name on your back.
Instead of checking if he was okay, the cop immediately cuffed him right there in the middle of the road for no reason.
Stay right here. All three of you can probably get things back to the jail for driving reckless. Why are you guys tailgating me, man? I was trying to slow them down.
Yo, for real, that's an attempted M charge, that is. Are you mad? Because then what are you going to say? What did the police car brake for then? Because that would have been an excuse for him to say that he had to slow down, right? There was something in front of him. So dash cam would have proved that whether or not this guy ran into the back of him, there was no reason for him to do a brake check, right? Luckily, this guy was still recording, but yo, that's an M charge straight away.
Can I get you started with some education?
Yeah, how much are your college degrees?
4 years apiece?
Great, I'll have business.
All right.
I'll take
Engineering?
music.
It's an extra 2 years.
I'm not doing anything else right now, so.
Okay. Can I interest you in any careers?
How much for CEO?
20 years?
Ooh, pricey.
We do have a 15-year option, but you miss all your son's baseball games.
I will have that.
I want it. And before any of you can say, do I even fish? Damn right I do. Catch myself a whole lot.
Come. Grab the board so you can close. Grab the board. Okay. Watch your legs. So now we need to find a way to go out. You can swim?
So for context, a father and his daughter somehow drifted away or got pushed out in the ocean. I think there was a couple miles out or something like that. I mean, talk about fear unlocked. They would have been gone. unheard of, disappeared, like completely vanished. Only for this one kite surfer who found them, like just seen, like, you know how hard it is to find something in the water, like when you're flying high as well. But he's seen them and he saved them. So, you know, they need to thank some stars on this guy, because Jesus.
We are witnessing the death of social media, and we will never see another large social media platform ever again.
I agree.
Because if you've been paying attention to the social media space over the past few years, you've probably recognized a disturbing trend, and it's connected to the geopolitical landscape that we exist in and late-stage capitalism. And you might ask yourself, what the hell does that have to do with people dancing on TikTok and posting YouTube videos? But it's much more sinister than you've been led to believe. See, this is a chart of the Threads users after launch, and you can quickly see that it lost nearly 70% of its users after its first launch. And every single new social media platform that obtains even a tiny amount of buzz goes through this same chart, because very quickly other platforms can start to copy and clone the exact technology they have. And we reached a point in the phase of social media and technology where we're starting to see it mature more and more. So the profitability of starting a new social media application, or the competitive landscape that we exist in, is so intense that if a new feature comes out, all of these large companies can clone it. Every single time you've seen an app like Clubhouse come out, it will get cloned into another feature, to another social media application.
Okay, so do you remember this video of a woman getting on board her cruise ship and finding these creepy pieces of art in the hallway? Well, I have a very creepy update. So this art was created by a woman named Dorothy Cross. The series is called Close Your Eyes and Open Your Mouth and See What God Will Give You. Horrifying, sorry. Now what makes it worse is that this art was designed during a time where cases involving, you know, were off the charts. Not only that, but it literally promotes this, which is a really weird piece to have on a cruise ship, especially when these are young individuals. Also, cruise ships are known to, you know, aid in the trafficking of people. It's just really weird to have this on board of a ship where you're supposed to have a fun time.
The decorators, they got told to put those specific pictures there. They was purchased from somebody, or probably an establishment, in order to specifically be put on that ship. That was in the manifesto. That was in the list of things to purchase for that ship. And they purposely put it up there knowing what that means. That is premeditated disgustingness. From what that woman was saying and where they originate the implementation from to do that in the pictures is crazy. That's crazy. Yo, when does it end? Oh my God, they wrote a message in there as well. And in the, wow. That's cool. I ain't never seen that before, but that's what they're saying the speed of light is. I want to know how long that thread of light was, that light beat, that light pole, what do you even call those? Whatever that was. I want to know how long that was. I don't know what it's called.
This symbol right here, this S, is the greatest evidence that we live in a simulation. Now, people have been drawing this in school since they were children, since the 70s, probably even before that. I remember drawing this symbol constantly, and I never knew why, just always used to draw it. Well, I was told that this is the logo for the company that runs the simulation. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but why would all of us draw this subconsciously, intuitively almost? It's almost as if this symbol was implanted into our subconscious mind. And I never thought about this until someone told me, and it blew my mind. You guys remember drawing this symbol a whole lot in school? Is this sounding crazy, or is this kind of making sense to you? Because it made sense to me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Peace and love.
I'll be honest with you, I remember that. I personally attributed it to, for some reason, Superman. Because Superman was prime them times. Everyone knew Superman. You used to watch it with your granddad on a Sunday. Everyone watched Superman, right? So I put that to that. I don't know where it came from. It just appeared somewhere, like how it just appeared. But one thing I do remember as well is, do you remember the house with the X in the middle and the pyramid roof? And you had to draw that without taking your hand off the paper. What happened to that? Is there a conspiracy theory for that? And if there is, then what is it? I remember there was a lot of things as youth that we remember that can't be explained. And also with the S shape, that's supposed to have been a thing. The Gates program, Gifted and Talented. I'm sure you've probably heard of the Gifted and Talented program. I'm sure you've probably heard of this conspiracy where basically in school, if you was taken out of your class and put into hearing tests, running tests, eyesight tests, questionnaires, things like that, if you was going out on trips, if you was able to go to certain classes and involve yourself, if they pulled you out and put you in Gifted and Talented, that was supposed to be a whole psychological test, or like a project from, I don't know what government, I don't know what they was doing, but allegedly, if we shown signs of being able to communicate with others or other beings, then they would take us early. Something to do with having a near drowning experience and never breaking a bone. I've never broken a bone. I've never been a big fan of swimming, but I've never had a near drowning experience. But allegedly, those are the things that are supposed to be related in some way. Do you remember? Let me know if you remember the house. Let me know if you remember drawing the S. Let me know if you remember being in the Gates program or not. GATES, Gifted and Talented program. Let me know.
With some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say a name?
Say it.
It was Bella Thorne party. So I got invited from some other friends. It was on Halloween. I already don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's day. But I happened to be with them, and they was going. I was like, okay, let's go. So it already was a lot of signs. The party said you have to be half naked. I'm like, first of all, I ain't going half naked nowhere. Second of all, it was like a lot of signs that was adding up that night. Like the same night on Hollywood Boulevard, the party was off Hollywood Boulevard. Some guy got on Hollywood Boulevard, so the whole street was shut down. So that was another sign. So then we get to the party. You know, this is the beginning of all the stuff. So we get up there. They talking about, oh yeah, you can't bring your phone in. I'm like, first of all, who ain't bringing their phone?
Watch this video to find out the origins of 607 Unc's witchcraft.
Sick fucking asshole, man. I'm trying to tell you, he's a sick man, bro. He's a sick fucking man.
Hey.
That motherfucker is a sick voodoo doctor, and he preys on little children.
Come on, when the fuck I do that?
He takes the soul of children, and you know you did. You can't talk to that shit in that building.
Come on, gang, stop playing with me, Bird.
I don't know what the hell that is.
You know for a fact that you was in that fucking building with me. Stop playing.
Yeah, I stayed in the building. But ain't all you talk about ain't true.
Wait, he said the building with him.
Yeah, we stayed in the building, Castle Park Apartment.
So wait.
We grew up in Castle Park
Apartments, yeah.
It's a psych ward. That's what it is.
It's a psych ward.
Huh?
It's true.
Wait, slow down. Castle Park Apartments is a site.
Look it up. This is St. Louis.
So what you mean by take the souls of children?
But why are you talking about that shit, Bird?
Young, look what? They took us in young and they trained us in war. He specializes in spells. All y'all around him, he's preying on y'all soul. Y'all life is gonna be fucked up.
Gang, stop playing with me.
I grew up on the 3rd floor, he grew up on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
They call him in witchcraft and war. They call me in politics. And he knows that. Anybody that live in the capital in St. Louis knows it's a haunted building. They take children and make us monsters.
The cup. What is that about, bro? 'Cause I seen a dude touch the cup and something happened to his hand.
Oh, look. Keep in mind what he's
told you, he said, no, I'm gonna handle things a different way. That's his cup of soul. If you touch that cup or go in the room with it, he got you.
Hang the phone up.
He got you.
So in a negative way?
Anyway,
Okay, Verb, can you...
Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like and share this video.
So before I go to the next video, that last one that I showed you was reminiscent of a video that I played before where 607 on was just talking some crap. Now, this next video is, you'll just see for yourself, and I'll give you context after.
Yellow, you should have never touched that cup.
If you realize, look, my two babies, my two youngest babies don't eat meat. And they like this. You know what I'm saying? My son touched it.
Don't do it.
No, don't touch it, King Yellow. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
You see how he touched it? Even though he thought it was a G for touching it, yeah, he was so precious with it. He was so gentle. Yo.
Oh my.
He touched it. He touched it nice. He touched it nice, though.
Now, why in the
He touched it nice.
world would you touch that cup? Why would you do that? People are saying that's probably the reason why he passed out in that interview. I don't know, but that's what they're saying. Because everybody knows what 607 Unk is into. And you knew that too. But you still decided to touch the cup. Why? Because you don't think it's true. Something is up with 607 Unk. You know why? Because he came out of nowhere. People that come out of nowhere and get popping real fast, very questionable. They say he did music. I ain't never heard none of his music a day in my life. But you, King Yellow, I don't know why would you touch that cup. You know what that cup is about. It's getting real out here, guys. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and I hope King Yellow gets better soon. But all I know is that he should have never touched that cup. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
So there's another video, and in this video, King Yella is having an interview with someone, and then he starts tapping his chest, and then it collapses and breaks wind. Now, yeah, that might be funny to some of you, but in a grown man's world, that's I think it's a heart attack or an angina attack or some sort of attack. So he collapsed on the floor. This was after he touched the cup. There was another story where somebody touched that cup, and then a couple of days later, their hand got blew off from fireworks. The same hand that touched the cup. Now, all I'm going to say is this. If you are someone who is going to say, I believe in energy, I believe that if I manifest things, I will get them, I believe that there are things out there, you cannot be closed-minded to any of these type of things that you see. If you are, you're a contradictor and you don't actually believe in what you say or think. You have to feel it. Personally, myself, I believe in energies, and I believe that he shouldn't have touched that cup. Whether or not the cup did something to him, or it was him having some sort of placebo type effect in order for him to go through whatever he went through. Maybe it's age, maybe he had something before the interview, who knows? So people are trying to put them together, but that's two people that touched the cup, and within a few days of touching it, something's happened to them. So the speculation continues.
She is neither an actress, nor a singer, nor an influencer, but when she speaks, celebrities tremble. Her name is Michelle Lami, and many in the fashion industry call her the Great Dark Witch. Strange, with a voice from beyond the grave, gold in her teeth, and tattoos on her fingers. But what strikes most is not her appearance. It's her power. Why does she have so much influence? First, because she comes from the true underworld. Before fame, she was an artist, a philosopher, a performer, a creator, and even the owner of a secret club in Los Angeles where artists, millionaires, and misfits gathered. That's where she began building her cult. Second, because she is the brain behind Rick Owens. She is not only his wife, she is his inspiration, his partner, and his guide. Everything Rick imagines goes through her first. Third, because everyone wants to be part of her circle. She doesn't care about fame. That's why stars fight to get her attention. And when someone betrays her, they vanish from the map. Michelle doesn't seek the spotlight, but all the spotlights end up turning toward her. And you, would you be on her side or on her blacklist?
See, now, her and Marina Abramovich are probably best of friends. The way that those two get involved with celebrities, and this woman here, this Michelle Lami, if you know, or if you've seen Travis Scott's last album cover, that demonic looking thing, it was her that was in the background. or like hidden behind the cushions. Next time you see that album cover, take a look.
LeBron James, let me tell you something about LeBron. We're talking about Antarctica, the Cell of the Fallen Angels. No other team in the NBA wants him. His time is up. I can't wait to see these shorts. His time is up. No team wants him. He's got one more year. And when he retires, his number would be called to either him, his wife, his daughter, or one of his sons. Somebody has to be sacrificed because we allowed you, LeBron, to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm telling you how these deep state devils think. They want blood, okay? We gave you what you want. You're the greatest scorer in NBA history. We need someone to be liquidated. His number will be called. And you got a lot of listeners. Oh, you're saying he's going to die? I'm not saying he's going to die like Kobe.
Something's about to come up.
Be called. You see, anyone on that, especially the rappers. We talked about this the first time I was on your power show. To go higher into the rap industry, you have to be butt broken, like you say, in humiliation. Okay. And so they're butt broken. That's the system. And if you don't want to give in, they're trying to destroy you. But LeBron James, so let me say this, and we're going to end it here today. LeBron James' days are numbered. His days are numbered.
Let me know what you think in the comments about this. I understand where he's coming from. I know what he's saying. I don't know if he's trying to be the first one to say it before it does happen, so he can be the one to say I said it first. But you know where it's coming from, right? We all know where it's coming from.
I want to queue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. You cannot see that drone. And so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does. This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp, do you have you heard about, events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild, and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
So it
flies like that?
So in the last episode, I spoke about how the government has a lot of things which are compartmentalized, if that's how you say the word. I struggle with that so bad. And the same thing is going on here, I believe, that there's top people in the government, which have no clue. It's not told to people, and the reason why it's not told, because you can't trust anybody. So if you leave something between a certain amount of people, it's less likely to reach anywhere because you would know who said something, right? All right then, so let's go to this situation. I believe that the same orbs you're seeing flying, being escorted by helicopters that you can't explain, are these same orbs that they're testing here. What they're doing is tests. they're making sure that if a missile gets launched at one of their pieces of technology, it can get away from it. And I personally think that that was a successful mission. There's going to be plenty more, Rob, in the coming days. What I do believe is that they know what they're doing. They're not telling everybody in their units, and they're just keeping it under wraps until they can either make it so that it's perfect to the level that they want it to be, or until something gets leaked. I think this is purely just the government just doing tests. That's basically it.
See, I had told y'all that the music industry has collapsed and they're keeping it hush hush. Do y'all know Lizzo over here? All right. Here she is herself exposing that all of your favorite artists have been dropping projects, albums, summer bangers, right? But nobody is hearing about it unless you are Beyonce. I told y'all in that last video with Cardi B, but a lot of y'all was saying I'm capping, I'm reaching and all that type of stuff. Well, she is saying that everyone is moving to TikTok and interacting with their fans in real time, performing live performances and all that type of stuff because everything has changed. Check this out.
The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm, and it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year, or is planning to drop music this year, or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat on it, and I just dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Every major artist from...
I'm not being funny yet, but I don't know many people who even listen to Lizzo. So that, to me, just goes straight over my head.
Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses. Basically like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people.
So yeah, think about it. Everybody's got their own private television or computer in their pocket now, and you could just swipe up to watch whoever it is that you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to watch wrestling when you can just watch basketball or music videos or watch someone on TikTok perform? So instead of the narrative being controlled in some shape, form, or manner, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Everybody's in their own universe, kind of, in a way. But yeah, now if you look on TikTok, there's a whole bunch of quote-unquote celebrities doing that thing now, y'all. This is the new shift. It's here. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
So do y'all listen to Lizzo? Have you seen any of Drake's albums releasing? Have you seen Nicki's album? Have y'all seen any albums being released? Because I haven't. But then again, they're not advertised in the same way as they would have been beforehand. So I have no idea. I've not seen them. I've not spoke to anybody who's mentioned an album or a song that's out recently. So I have no idea about that. Let me know in the comments if you've heard something.
So in comparison, the girls are about 6 feet tall. Up, all the way. He's actually being a little bit lazy. You can see he's kind of leaning.
There's nothing you can do with a bear. You can't play dead. They eat dead. Well, do they eat dead things? I'm sure the scavengers. They eat dead things. There's nothing you can do. Literally nothing, unless you've got mace and you can spray that before it gets to you. There's no escaping from a bear. That's creepy as hell, man. Nice try. There's no sound in space, as to what we've been told anyway. So the fact that when the music stops, you can hear the static in the background, and then the sound of the water just sounds like someone added an MP3 onto it. Secondly, when you hear the sound of the camera clacking and shaking, would it have made a noise? I don't know. It's a vacuum, so there shouldn't be any sound, should there? I know that video. But when it hit that second point, it's fake. And before anyone says anything, GoPros have a fisheye lens.
This is an eternal flame. There's only 9 eternal flames in the entire world, and this one's inside of a waterfall. Take a look.
That's cool. Looks like Skyrim. Yo, you remember games like Skyrim and things like that? Like, the whole point of the game, or like, you know, something like Tomb Raider, the whole point of the game is to go through and like light the what do they call them? Embezzles. What do they call them? Braziers. They'll say light the braziers to open the door. Like go to this continent and out this brazier, or doubt this flame so you can get through to the crypt in another country. Yo, these things are real, you know. But to be fair, most of the time it's just gases that are being let through a certain tiny hole. Perfect construction, just perfect. What's the word? It's just a perfect environment for something to sustain itself. Like, man wasn't involved; it's just created itself and it's sustained. And I feel like the only thing that can mess that up is if man go in there and touch it up, you know.
All right, so there's a theory going around that technology is ran by demons. And I thought this was nonsense at first until I actually dug into it. Because y'all know me, I gotta dig into things. So when you look at circuit boards and motherboards, they all have these weird little patterns all over them that look just like this. So if you read the Lesser Key of Solomon, it basically talks about how Solomon probably used like demons to help build the temple. And the way he did it was basically by like trapping them inside of like sigils and symbols. This is why you get stuff like this. They be like, these are different types of demons. And you wonder like, what do these symbols mean? These symbols are sigils. Sigils are symbolic representations, often pictorial, that are believed to hold magical or mystical power, particularly in occult and magical practices. They are used to represent specific intentions, energies, or entities, and are believed to facilitate communication with the subconscious mind or to manifest desired outcomes. So after hearing that theory and then reading the Lesser Key of Solomon, you're like, huh. And then there's also a bunch of ancient buildings that are designed just like our circuit boards and our motherboards. It really does just make you wonder. Like, there's so many examples of like ancient buildings and even modern civilization that looks just like technology. Because in the Lesser Key of Solomon, it talks about how these seals and sigils, they were made with like metals, like silver, gold, copper, just like technology. Because in the Lesser Key of Solomon, it also talks about how these seals and sigils, they were made with like different types of metals, like copper, silver, gold, metals that go into our technology, metals that go into our architecture. And when you look at our technology, it looks like these seals and sigils are in our motherboards and our circuit boards. I'm not saying this is true by any means, but hey, it's kind of interesting to think about, you know what I'm saying?
I am. I'll put that straight out there. Yo, buildings, the way that they're positioned, like for example, the pyramids, the accuracy, things are set specifically. Now, if you look at motherboards and if you look how it's arranged, why is it arranged like that? Which I think it's deliberate. They look exactly the same. If you look at circuit boards and you look at buildings, it's so similar. If you look at just a top-down view of a city, and you just imagine to yourself, okay, you got 2 water towers there, they could be the transistors, and then you've got a whole lot of buildings, they're chips. You got the roads, which is the paths in between each of the transistors, and it makes sense. And if you're looking at sigils from back in the day, they just look like keys, not keys to open doors, but keys to open knowledge or something that we just do not know about. But people are using these sigils in everyday life. Like, we can't avoid that. We can't escape that thought. They are using these signals, whether or not we believe it or not. So whether there's truth in there, that they are actually impacting us. They are actually in our computers. We would never know, but they are definitely being used.
Hey, it's kind of interesting to think about, you know what I'm saying?
The entire Earth is $315 trillion in debt. Whoa. Yeah. What? Who do they owe money to?
Bro, who are they getting money from?
It blows my mind that first off, you have everything on the planet here to live for free.
You literally have everything you need.
And then you invent a system that creates a deterioration of your own resources.
You created a store of value that's literally storing less and less value every day. Every day.
And you're increasing your technology, and yet somehow you still owe money to someone, and it's $315 trillion. There's not enough paper to print that much cash. What are they doing?
Dude, Earth is like the worst meme coin. It's the worst.
It got rugged.
Earth got rugged.
It's a whole rug pull. It's a rug pull, I'm telling you. They're telling the truth, though. They are telling the truth. That's crazy.
The child immediately.
Okay, so as I said, trauma began in the womb of the trauma begins in the womb of the mother, and then the child is then taken away from the mother immediately, and then there are a number of different ways to traumatize, to split the mind of the child so that it creates alters maybe like a honeycomb, a beehive honeycomb. The information about how to fracture the psyche of a child, which has to be done before the age of 3. If it's done after the age of 3, it doesn't have the same effect. So it has to be done before the child is 3 years old. Okay. There are a number of different ways to do it. One of the most efficient ways, which is 99% used in fracturing the mind, is electric shock treatment.
Which they call electric shock therapy.
Information is not new information. I think some people believe that this information was around and just began at the Second World War. It didn't, in fact, begin then. They were doing this 5,000 years ago, and it's detailed in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. What I'm trying to explain is the reasoning behind doing that. The reason behind fracturing the mind is so that when the mind is fractured through trauma, whether it is sexual trauma, whether it is physical trauma, violence, the mind fractures itself and creates an amnesiac barrier around that, so that you don't have to keep reliving the experience over and over again. Okay, so after the Second World War,
MK Ultra is insane. When you actually look into the amount of people who have spoken on MK Ultra, when you look into the stories of the celebrities and the artists who have gone through MK Ultra, you kind of see the pattern and how it's crazy. They take you at a young age so you don't remember things, and they put you through trauma. So what they're trying to say with the starseed thing is they're already initiating things before you even come to consciousness. The situation when it comes to adults in MK Ultra, with what I've heard, is that they will push you to the brink of death. They will push you to a point where I don't care anymore. And I know you've been through that. If you've lost someone, if you've gone through a really impactful traumatic experience in your life, you have this feeling of, I don't care. You will sit on the floor, lie on the floor, you would do anything. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Money doesn't matter. Nothing matters in that split moment, because obviously, as you know, we live in the present, not the past or the future. So that moment that you break is what they are waiting for to rebirth you, which is why whenever you see different music videos or concerts, you see the passing of the torch or the removal of one artist and then the birth of their alter ego. Roman, Nicki Minaj, Sasha Fierce, Beyonce, come on, the list goes on. So I believe that MK Ultra is true to a degree as a project or some sort of a global experiment on people, because there's too much evidence which says that it is like that. So there ain't no other way for me to look at it and say, you know what, look, this person said it, that person said it, I can see the evidence. Is what it is, you know. But we'll come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed a lot of the videos that I've shown you today. Be sure to join in next time. The next video will be more humorous, have a little joke, have a little laugh, expel ourselves from the stresses of the world, and you know, we'll dive in. So don't forget, leave a like, sub, comment, let me know what you think, or if you've seen the S or that house with the X pattern on there, let me know and I'll reply back to you. So some of you might have been wondering about these t-shirts that I'm always wearing, and the background, you can see a lot of stuff that's representing to Hoodie. Well, I do have a clothing brand called Hoodie. You can visit the site at www.hoodiestores.com. It's HUDISTORES.com. On there, I've got some hats, t-shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. Have a look, see if you like. Nothing to do with the YouTube channel. This isn't merch. This is just something completely different that I'm just trying to work on as well. Other than that, please make sure you check into the next video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and take care. See you soon, yeah? Laters.